Hey guys, we're back for another reading for the day. I did the research that I promised, and I seen that Pluto is not going to be it's not going to be going into Aquarius until transitioning is the word I was trying to say. It's not going to be transitioning. It's not going to be transitioning into the sign of Aquarius until next year, March next year. So yeah, and then Jupiter's going into Aries tomorrow, May 10th, right? May 10th is today. Oh wow, May 10th is today. So yeah, Jupiter is going to Aries today, and we have retrograde today as well. So a lot of hot energy. Next week is the full moon in Scorpio. Yeah, so with Jupiter being in Aries, this energy is really going to bring, like, Jupiter really, wherever Jupiter goes, brings expansion, brings abundance, brings a lot of like wisdom, abundance, wisdom, expanding, insight. Yeah, so it's going to be in Aries, and Aries rules the self. So it can be a lot of us, taking charge in areas like, having that fire. Plus, Jupiter being in a fire sign is like almost at home in a way. It's not in Sagittarius because Jupiter is ruled by Sag, but it's still in a fire sign, Aries. So it's still that hot energy, bold energy. So a lot of us are going to be bold, really passionate, really not passionate, but like going for what it is, expanding it on what it is that we really want to. Maybe there were times that we were, playing the part of just sitting down, not really going for it. This energy will give us that boost in being like, more like confident and like, I wouldn't say really egotistic, but like, that's that fire of just, expanding in ourselves, expanding in the things that we, care about and things like that. Because Aries does rule the self. Also see like heated energy too, like expanding in maybe a lot of fights, arguments at this time, because Aries ruler is Mars. So yeah, so we have here the 10 of coins and the grandchildren. The grandchildren is ruled by Taurus. When you think of grandchildren, you think of the elders, you think of the elders. And you also have here, you have the grandchildren. The grandchildren. When you think of the grandchildren, you think of someone maybe you have to shelter. You think of a really young energy. You think of where it's coming from. Has to come from a place of like grandchildren. So someone has to be playing like the elderly, right? So are you being the grandchild, or is you being the elderly, maybe having to shelter or watch over somebody in that way? Maybe babysitting, maybe sometimes older people play as children. Sometimes you have to nurture them. So maybe a nurturing energy, maybe having to nurture somebody, or maybe someone you seeing having to nurture you. Maybe you're being the grandchild in a way, in someone's life. So maybe you're seeing how someone had to nurture you, get you out of, a state of you maybe acting really childlike. It's a nurturing, very nurturing energy. When you think of, the effect of grandchild to the grandmother, the relationship is very nurturing, is very giving, is very like unconditional love. So maybe unconditional love with the way you're giving maybe has to do with our values, unconditional love having to do with our values coming together, maybe with somebody, your partnership in some way where or maybe you seem that you really have to nurture, or really having to step in or step up in a situation where you have to give, or have to, you know, step up in that way of giving, step up in the way of just nurturing, step up in the way of having to really use maybe something that you're really good at to really help a situation out. Maybe it's someone in your life, maybe someone younger, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's, you know, a relationship. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing here with this energy. I'm going to keep it short, simple, and yes, at the end of the day, I hope you guys resonated with this. If not, a message for just a message, right? Yeah, but I feel the energy. I like this energy a lot. I feel the cards, I feel the connection. So yes, I really am hoping it resonated with somebody. But if not, it's okay too. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Mars day, and Jupiter being in Aries, and it's retrograde, so things might be going a little backwards. It's in Gemini, so the sign of actual Mercury, so a lot having to do with our communication, maybe, you know, phones, you know, dying, or messages not being received, or not really being able to articulate our words right through text, or, you know, through our speech, or through our language. What else? Mercury retrograde, things messing up, things not really, you know, this is the time that you really have to retract. Like usually we're on go, go, go. Everything's really direct. You know, we're moving forward. We're Mercury retrograde. Now it's usually a time where things are really taking a step back. You're rewinding. You're looking at things that maybe you were doing, or habits that you were partaking in, and now really making, okay, that wasn't working. Now I have to rewind and look at that plan and see how it's not working, and see what things you can implement. So when it is direct, you're on and popping and ready to go. But this is a really good time for things like that. People usually say it's like, oh, Mercury retrograde, it's really negative. Can be just the way, you know, awareness is key. And just knowing, okay, it is Mercury retrograde, and knowing these things are possible. See how, you know, it's not a direct time. It's not a time. Maybe it can be, but not a time. Or if it is going to be direct, it has to be in a way of you being aware that it's Mercury retrograde, and the things that can come in your way with being direct, right? So yeah, this is time. I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, Mercury retrograde. Yeah, for us to implement some time, this is a time that we need those moments of re-stepping back and seeing where things are not working. So when we do move forward, we're moving forward in a way that, you know, because I have been receiving downloads like, okay, I'm trying to do this. I'm doing a Ramadan fast right now, and there's certain things that I'm just not getting done. And I feel like even though I'm doing this fast, I haven't been really eating healthy. So I feel like there's certain things like, hey, I'm not really manifesting or not really getting done. And I feel like maybe if I do help out maybe what I'm eating so I can have more energy, maybe that will help out. So that has been calling me. And then I looked up, like I said yesterday, I'm gonna look up to see when exactly is Mercury retrograde, and I was doing that this morning. And then when someone was basically, the article was basically writing out the date and basically some of the things that were happening, they were saying like yeah, that you have to like retrack your steps when you're, you know, moon is Mercury retrograde. So yeah, it's a very, very, you know, yeah, so just utilize the energy. Know that it's here, but know like how to use it, so when you are moving forward, you're doing that at your best. So yeah, in Gemini. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully the word and the message was there. I'll give you guys some more information about this retrograde, because the mess has just begun. So this is just the beginning. Okay, later y'all. Peace, love, and it's like nurturement, right? So nurture yourself, nurture others, nurture those around you, maybe in values. Just nurture ourselves. Just remember that self-love. Before we can really give love to others, we must really give it to ourselves. Really. So yeah, much love, and I'll see you guys later.